Good morning. Thank you for joining me for our first high level business boost office hours. Today, I'm going to be going over the general idea of what the tool that I have can do for you. And we'll talk about a few use cases. And then as we go through the weeks, then we're going to talk about some very specific use cases for different industries, new updates that have been done with the system, things that you can do within your system to make it work better. Now, with this Business Boost office hours, you can actually use a lot of these things in the technology that you already have. We're going to be talking about the online scheduling link, so you can do that in Calendly and with Google. We'll talk about CRMs and the databases. We'll talk about setting up email nurture campaigns. So you can do this in other technologies, but we're going to simplify things, we're going to be talking about them in this particular technology because I can't show all of them in one. So to get started, we are going to talk about the Smart Virtual Solution System. And I am going to share my screen, and we are going to be starting in the dashboard of my account. Now, in these dashboards, one of these things that is really cool about this system, and if I used it correctly, it would be even more valuable, is you can actually keep track of the opportunity status in the of the people that are looking to buy from you, essentially. So, for example, you sell a high ticket offer of some sort, or if we're talking about a home services company, if you maybe a roofer, you've sent out a proposal for a new roof, and you want to track where it is that you wrote the proposal, that it's pending, and then you have it there, so you know what is potentially coming in, and you have that easy visual projection of money. So you can do that with, if you are a coach with coaching courses, you can do that as a VA, you can do that as a home services company, you can keep track of these pipelines, and that's what this dashboard does. It also gives you, you can track other things in here. So tasks that you might have, I use something else for my tasks, but so this is some pretty old stuff. It will keep track of your phone calls, any text messages that are happening. It keeps track of your lead sources. So as people come into your CRM, so say you're running Facebook ads or Google ads, you know where those things are coming from, where those people are coming from. You also have a Google Analytics, and you can see those types. You can see what's happening with your Google business profile, and then with the ads that you're running. So I'm not currently running any ads. Some of the things that I probably just mentioned, it does connect to your Google business profile. It connects to Facebook, and so basically to Meta, because it connects to your business account for Facebook, for Instagram. It connects to WhatsApp. It does have a web chat widget, which I need to fix on my particular website, but cobbler and his children's shoes. It connects to Stripe. It also connects to QuickBooks, so that any new client or customer that you enter into QuickBooks, it automatically zaps it over into, without using Zapier, automatically puts it into the CRM, so that you can keep up with those clients as well. So has all of these integrations, and we're going to have more as we move along. One of the things and one of the reasons that I wanted this software for my business is because I felt like my business was all over the place. About 4 years ago, actually 5 years ago, I started as a virtual assistant. I am one of the top trained VAs in the world. With the technology and the marketing experience and the certifications that I have, and I've since pivoted and no longer considered a VA. But basically, when I created the Calendly link, and when someone would schedule with me, that was working great. It was made my life a little bit easier. I didn't have to go back and forth on when can we get together and what does this time work for you, and it was easier for people just to look at my schedule and compare it to theirs. Then we had, once they scheduled with me, where did that data go? Their name, their email address. If I asked for their phone number, where did that go? It didn't. It sat in Calendly. So then you have a CRM. So I tried HubSpot. I tried a few others, and so I would have to manually move the scheduling links, the people that scheduled with me into the CRM that I was using. And that got to be a little overwhelming, and I wasn't doing it. I wasn't keeping up with it. It just wasn't happening. Then we had MailChimp because, or Constant Contact, whichever, but I was using MailChimp at the time for sending out emails, the pretty advertising, marketing type emails, some updates, things like that. And when people and I wasn't getting the information from the people that were signing up on my newsletter on my website. They weren't then going into HubSpot, and the people that were scheduling me were not going over into MailChimp. So it was kind of all over the place. Now think about it. If you're also running funnels or you are using paid ads and you have all of these places and all of these things happening all over the place, you got to have connectors, some sort of connections to get everything to go into one place. Holy crap, that's confusing. And zaps don't always work. And then you have to pay for those. And sometimes the data doesn't come across quite right. And then you have to make sure that you have something that does the automations to then talk to those people again. So you're dealing with 5 or 6 or 7 different tools, and they're all over the place and they may not be working quite right. And you're just feeling frazzled. So that's what this software did for me, is it alleviated a lot of that frustration. So when I say that, we have the CRM in here, so you can see who has been in your universe, in your sphere of influence, basically. So if they've scheduled with you, if they've signed up on your website, if you somehow capture their data from a paid ad, if you have a funnel and they have purchased from you in some way, and a manual entry as well. So you have that CRM here in this system. You also have the scheduling links. So you can have a calendar set up for, yes, look at that crazy calendar. You can have a calendar set up for any of the different types of events that you host. So whether it's the, 15 or 30-minute coffee chats plus any discovery calls that you want to do for an hour or an hour and a half, or you want to have, if you are a service provider and you want to have them schedule the client meetings or the paid meetings or group sessions, you can have these in this calendar system and make it really easy. On top of that, you create your automations so that you can set up the reminders so that they know, hey, you can join us for, the event is this day, just a reminder, join us. So you can send out those emails, you can send out text message reminders and have that going. With these automations, you can do a lot of other things as well. So you can do the email nurture sequences. So once someone gets registered, say on your newsletter, then you can add them to that list, and then you can each day, every 3 days, every 5 or 7 days, you can send them an email, a little bit about you, a little bit about what you do and the services that you offer. And then you can move them into that other newsletter list and get them going that way. So you can set these things up in this workflow list. If you want to do something called a reactivation campaign, so say you've been in business for a while and you've got a list of people, but you haven't talked to them in a while, you can come up with some sort of an offer, or maybe that you're giving away what I call maybe a power hour. So you're giving away a free strategy session. Or if you are this works really well for gyms, you're going to give them 7 days free in the gym if they don't have a current membership, and then you can work on bringing them back in and getting them as paid members. So you can send these offers out by email or text message and drip that out and start bringing in new business in that way. And this system does all of these things for you in these workflows, in having the CRM in one place. Then you can keep track of the opportunities, as we were talking about at the very beginning, so you know if people are taking you up on your offers and where they are. The other cool thing is you can do proposals and estimates. For example, I help people with web design, and then I also build out this system for other people. So yesterday I created a proposal for a new client with all of that information. This is option 1, this is option 2, this is all of the information. It got emailed out with a pretty email, and now they're going over and looking at it. And if you have you can actually set signatures to these so that when they're ready, once that signature is signed and that proposal is ready to go and they want to move forward, then you can have an automation set up so that it automatically sends an invoice and potentially a contract to that new client so that all of that is automated for you. You don't have to do a lot of that manual work for yourself any longer. We mentioned payments. You can send invoices through the system. You can, if say you are doing a lot of in-person work, so you are a plumber or a housekeeper or something like that, there is a mobile app that you can do, and it has access to text to pay. So you enter that contact into the mobile app, into your CRM, still goes into this one, all connected. And then you can, from that system, you can send them a text to pay an invoice, and it texts that client for you so that they can really easily pay you immediately right from their phone. They also are working on having touch to pay. So having one of the cards with the line so that it's the touch, or the watches, things like that, it can go directly to paying on your phone or a tablet or whatever you're using out in the field, so you can have that as well. So we mentioned funnels and having those. That is another piece of this as well. So for example, I'm going to pick up one of mine, and bear with me. So this is not a fantastic design. It's just something that I threw together to make life really easy. And so this is something that I did build in the system. I built it 2 years ago, so I haven't done any updates in quite a long time, which is bad on me. But again, cobbler and children's shoes, they don't have them. But this is a really, really simple funnel. So you can absolutely have buttons that send people to something. So this particular funnel, if I clicked on this button, sends them to a booking link. And this is, they get a little bit more information. They can choose a time to book with me. And then what they can do is, so say I say 3:30 tomorrow afternoon, I collect their information. It all goes into the same place. It goes into that CRM. It's all, this form is created there. It's all going into one place. And I can even accept payment when they book with me, so that it automatically is handled, and anything that happens once invoices are paid, or once this meeting is scheduled, they get those reminders. Everything is automated. I don't have to do anything but show up to this meeting, which makes my life a lot simpler. So you can create funnels. You can create big, long, complicated ones. You can create smaller ones, really easy ones like this one. You can, so if I go to my sites area, you can, if I go to this one, I have one for people registering for this office hours, for example. So you can see that I have, this is a funnel that I created, has your headline, has a form for people to get registered for the event itself. And then it talks about this particular software that we're going to be talking about. So how to sign, and then it has another button for signing up for the free trial. And so it's a really simple funnel. It's just one, it's basically two steps. It's, hey, sign up. And then the second one is this is a thank you page. So really simple, and all of it runs from the same system. So it makes life a lot easier in that way. And everything goes back into the CRM. And then we can do marketing to them. So whether it's the text message marketing or it's email marketing. So for example, if I showed you this one. So this works like it would be for like a Constant Contact or a MailChimp or any of those others. So you still have the pretty HTML based emails right here in the system. Makes it really easy to find it. Then it all goes out to whoever you want it to go out to. The system allows you, when you start collecting people, so say they've filled out that form, whether it's they got one of your paid services or they filled out the newsletter form, when they come in to your sphere, once they fill out that form, we create another one of those automations, and it can add a tag to that contact so that you know how they showed up. So for example, you can actually see I've got tags over here for people. So I know maybe how I met them, what they have in common with someone else, how I might communicate with them later. So it's all types of information in that way. So if I look at, let me change my page size. And if I scroll down, you can actually see, so Charles King has 4 different tags. I've got some other people that have quite a few extra tags. So you can actually keep track of a lot of these people and what they're doing within your system so that you can then uh, basically communicate them in the proper ways. So you can say, hey, we had a coffee chat a few months ago. I would love to catch back up with you. And then you can send it to just the people you've had a coffee chat with if you have that tag in your system that you had that coffee chat. So you can have the segmentation that makes marketing and networking and all of those communications a lot better. And finally, and not finally, there's a lot of other things that the system does. So 2 more. One is reputation management. So we mentioned that this connects with your Google business profile. Well, you can actually have a system set up so that you can request Google reviews really easily. So you can send those out as an automated text message. You can send those out as an automated email. You can have a really simple button, such as, see this little lightning thing here. You can add a contact or send a review request. So you can do quick actions right here. And sending a review request, there is an easy template. You send that, we get that set up really simply for you. And we send that review request or make it easy for you to do that so that you're not typing in that same information each time. You're not worrying about the link to your Google profile. All of it is done in the system to make it simpler for you so that you get more reviews and your presence in Google is upgraded, is enhanced, and you move up in that map pack so that people can see you easier, and then you can get more clients, and then you can send out more review requests and see how that wonderful cycle works. So you have that. There is another thing that we can do for that SEO, that search engine optimization, to move you up into search results, which is for an added fee. There is a service that you can use to put your business profile, so like the same information you would put on your Google profile, and you can send that out to all of the places that that basically market other businesses. So it would be on Yelp or Angie's List or on Wave, sorry, on the mapping programs, on Apple, on Bing, on all types of different business listing directories. There's more than 200 that are possible, and you can pick and choose which ones you want to be on. You do this from one listing with one bit of information, and it goes out to all of these others. So it's an aggregator that basically sends it out for you, and you only have to keep one thing updated, but you can collect reviews from all of these places. And because your information and your website information is on this one business profile within the system, then you're getting something called link backs. So these reputable locations, these reputable sites, because they have your website, are now going to be linking back to your site, which ups your SEO, ups your search rankings so that your website is getting more traffic, is looking a lot better to the Google bots. So you again move up in traffic or move up in the search rankings. So again, you have that cycle of, by doing one thing, it cycles around so that you keep doing more and better. So that's another great feature of this program as well. And finally, if you want to host virtual courses, so if you want to have something like a Teachable or a Kajabi or a Kartra, you want to host courses and be able to teach people something, even something, small, simple. I did a video for how to host a Zoom breakout room for networking. So there's any number of different things you may want to teach. This system hosts that as well. So I mentioned the other tools of Kajabi and Kartra. This replaces those and is a lot more robust than those other systems. So it can do your websites like you would with Wix or Kajabi, Kartra, any of those. It has your memberships. It takes your payments. It does the automations. It has the calendar links. It basically takes all of the best parts of all of the programs that we've heard about, whether it's Dubsado and Honeybook and um, Dobby and Kartra and all of these others, Teachable, and it puts all of these plus more into one great tool, so you're doing things from one place instead of 15. So that's my presentation for today. I do host these office hours every week, every Tuesday, 8 to 10 p.m., 8 to 10 a.m. Mountain Time. So that would be 10 to noon Eastern Time. If you are interested in getting started with this software, I will leave a link so that you can get a little bit more information. You can sign up for these office hours. These office hours are also meant to answer any questions. So we'll go over some information. We'll do some use cases like setting up a calendar so that you can set up the reminders. And then, the next week, setting up the emails. So we'll work on setting up different things as we go through the weeks. I will be hosting these office hours every week. If you are a user or a customer of Smart Virtual Solution, you are absolutely welcome to come in and we'll work on the things that you need for your business. And if you are a user of GoHighLevel, you're welcome to come in. I'm happy to help you. These are meant to be free co-working sessions to get your business moving forward. So giving it that high level business boost. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week.